Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Back to Genshin. Another day of Genshin. See if I can actually get away with a full day's play rather than my usual affair being interrupted by my child. Okay, I think that's a bit better. Why are we here? I didn't mean to go to here.
No one's joined me on an adventure in...
Um, 60. Okay. I know. So the game started pausing again. Didn't used to do this. Thank you for unfreezing. So we're going to need Forbidden Curse Scrolls. Alright. 3 Forbidden Curse Scrolls. Let's go and make those. 3 Forbidden Curse Scrolls. Forbidden Curse Scrolls, where are you? I guess these. One, two, three. Okay, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. No, that's the wrong domain. Which one is it? This one? Yay, it is. Let's go. Let's go and get those books for our friend Sino. Try and get his talents done today. Well, one of them. Start and oh wait, what's the doodah? Elemental damage, blah 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 blah. Let's just take Sino. Yeah.
Gather. Order guide you.
Wings of Dark! Let me lead you a friend.
Nowhere to run. Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due.
Continue. Yeah, I'm just going to burn all this resin in here today. Because his elemental skill's only at level 6. But today we're working on getting his burst to 9. And then we'll work on getting his skill to 9. And then we'll crown his burst after that. This is the order of things.
No, my sword!
I will have order. Midnight Venta.
Witness the power of good!
Surrender. Through me, justice is served. Guilty. Their penance is due.
Give me a purple. Purple, 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 please. Ah, what a shame.
Solidify.
I summon thee! Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Order guide you.
Shadow Raven! Let me weave you a birth.
Futa. Your sins weigh upon your soul. You stand condemned.
Alright. One more run. Oh, actually, we're going to do a few more runs, I believe. I do like this domain, looks very nice. Very, very nice.
Stabilize.
Odd reveal thy rain outlines your fate. Know my sword.
I will have order.
Wings of darkness. Witness the power of Google.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty. Their penance is due.
Hello, Robbie. Good morning to you. How's your day going? How's your Monday? Okay, one more run, and then we're going to go and see if we can get his burst up to 9 today. This is my plan.
Solidify.
By royal decree. Huh? Rain outlines your fate.
This is order. Midnight Phantasm.
Let me weave you a birth.
Yeah, were you working on Sino
Justice is upon us.
talent books maybe today?
Guilty.
That's what I'm doing. Well, on this account anyway. On the other account, I'll still be in the Husk domain. Living there at the moment. Just trying to get a 1 5-star defense hat. I'm good, thank you. I'm alright. Fingers crossed my son will have a full nap so I can have a full stream. Oh, we got one of these. Nice. Let's go and see how many we can make. I tried to tire him out earlier after he finished in nursery in the morning. I took him on a long walk. Just trying to tire him out a bit. You need to level him, so you need the scarabs, I guess. They were the biggest pain in my butt. But Sam helped me out yesterday. Luckily, I wasn't streaming, but I thought I might as well do some Genshin. It was just family day at home. I need a crafting bench. Yeah, for me it was those scarabs. It took a bit longer than normal, being that I got him on like the first day and, you know, I didn't know the farming routes or anything. So we want that one. How many do we want? Let's have a look. I don't know how many I've got. So we need 8. Okay. Let's see how many we can make. 7. Let's see if Shincho will help us out. He did, but we still need to craft 1. So this. Great. Alright, so that will be his burst up to 9. Yep. Yeah, I did Shogun this morning. But I didn't get these hand drops. I got some others, but I got 1 Dream Solvent, already had 1, so. Yeah, they are hard to see. I think they patched it because on day one, I was saying to Sam the other day, they were much harder to see. You literally couldn't see them until you were like on top of them. Now the range is like what it should be, but they're still hard to see because of the desert and the shrubbery and stuff. But they would just pop in as soon as you got really close. It was really weird. What do we need for this? 2 hands, this, and monies. And for this, oh, we don't have the hand, so we can't even take this to 7 unless I try my luck with another boss and see if I can get a dream solve. No, I can't, because the dream solvent's not the issue. The issue is I don't have any other Raiden Shogun drops. Because I've hardly killed that boss on this account. Yeah, we don't have Raiden Shogun drops. Devon, Andreas, Child, Asia, Signora, nothing from. Alright, so I'm stuck with talent level 6 and 9, excuse me, until next week for Sino. In which case, I will just go back to that. Excuse me. I'm just going to go back to that domain and get as many talent books as I can. Might as well just do that, really. Let's just have a look. Talents. Shit. Sorry about that. Throat playing up. Maybe. Yeah, I suppose so. So I can make 2 of these. Make 1 more. Great. Let's go. Oh, do they? That's a pain. Well, I suppose at least you're in the same domain. You know, like the same. I mean, the same. Yeah, the same domain, but also it's like the same. I don't know if it's that much of a pain. It's just double the farming, but at least it's, you know, like the ones that one of the characters doesn't use will be used on the other one. There shouldn't be any leftovers. You know, the thing I've realised I don't like with Sinos when I'm playing him, I don't really like how he looks. I mean, he looks better in Burst, but his hits don't feel impactful when he's in Burst. It feels like he's not... It looks like he's hitting really hard, but then the impact of the hits, I don't know, it just doesn't feel, like I said, impactful. It don't feel like they're hard hits.
Stabilize. No rest.
No, my sword.
Nowhere to run. I will have order.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Oh, where am I going? Are you dead now?
Ring cutter.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Why are you all the way over here?
You stand condemned.
Skeptic.
Guilty. Your penance is due.
So that's 1 more. Okay, I think I'm all finished now with this account. I did all my dailies earlier. I was messing around. I can't remember what was I doing. Oh, yeah, I was doing the boss. We don't have extra resin. I think he's okay. I don't think he's not like a meta, but when was the last meta character that was released DPS wise at Shogun? That was ages ago. So, you know, I've been saying for a while that DPSs that have come out since have been all pretty balanced. He's just another Ayato, another Ito, you know. And that's fine. I like that. Keep them all sort of balanced, you know, they can all roughly do the same sort of damage output with the right team comps. And then save like the epicness for like Archons and maybe Harbingers. And from a business point of view, that would help them as well, because they would definitely know that, right, so when there's an Archon, we're going to definitely get more sales, and when there's a Harbinger, because we're going to make them a little bit better than the Sinos and Ayatos of the world, you know? Hello Sam, how's it going, man? I think I'm done. We are done, there's not a thing else to do. Yeah, alright, let's change to the other account. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got weeklies to do. I might as well do that. I need more. Let's do that. I'm still in Zoomer on this account. I mean, in a Zoomer on this account. I just want the more. That's fine. Oh, that's not helpful. Invulnerable to Electro. Don't want that team. There we go. Let's go.
Adventure time.
Why? What do you want me to look at? You know what's a good build. I don't need to look now. You're not new to the game anymore.
Stay clear. Teamwork is dream. Swirl, mark tip.
Damn it.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a
Let's have a look at him. Oh. Where is he? I need to do something with my Ayato. Oh, you got his crit rate up. Nice. How did you do that? Was it just by putting him in Glad that you got better subs on your Glad than the other sets? I guess so. He's nice, Sam. He must hit quite hard. I need to hand in. How long is that going to take? 6 minutes? I reckon I can wait 6 minutes and use that other 20 resin. Invulnerable to ammo. Geo resistance decreased. Okay. Yeah, I think you just need to get like a 5-star sword for him now. to get the more base attack, and he'll be banging.
Eat bombs.
What am I doing? I'm changing. Changing team. Oops. To play this character now, I've got him built a bit better. While we're here.
It's my lucky day. Solidify.
By royal decree.
I'm ready.
Rain cutter.
Surrender. Judgment is upon us. You stand condemned.
Right, let's go hand in. Oh shit. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let me try. Stabilize.
Oz, reveal. No, my sword.
My blade. Order guide you.
Wings of darkness. Witness the power of good.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your penance is due.
Are you after him, Robbie? Are you trying to get him? Or did you just forgot? These last two patches, I've pretty much forgotten the characters. Just because I wasn't going for any. Well, Sino was like a last minute, wasn't planned. Are you gonna try and get him, old Albedo? Fragrance, Sept, and mints. Okay, let's go. He's currently who I'm working on my main account. Well, him and Yunjin, they both need better pieces of the husk set. But primarily, it's for Albedo, because, you know, like, the way he's a sub DPS, you need him to do damage. Like with Yunjin, it's just, I just want her to have more defense so that she can do more support. But like, because I currently don't run Albedo because he's not built well enough, so it kind of defeats the point of having a 5-star character if I'm not gonna be using them.
No more.
No, my sword.
Nowhere to run. Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Okay.
Guilty.
I might do that with Nila on my main account. I'll have a 50-50 go at her, and then, yeah, if I don't get her, I don't care. And if I do, then I think she's going to turn out to be pretty good, but I'm not sure. Oh, we're going to wait a bit longer. Oh, I've still got requests to do anyway. Where are they? I'll scratch it from here. Defeat the Fatui. Let's go.
Osmanthus.
Yeah, it's funny. I haven't done the quest on this account to unlock Masanori. Like for damage testing, I've had to like use bosses and stuff to try and see what damage output Sino can do. I need to do that quest. I don't know what it is. Which one it is? There's so many quests on this account that are not done. Have started but not completed.
Stabilize. Midnight Venta.
Let me read you a verse.
I will. I guess. Judgment is upon you. We stand condemned.
Right, that's all done. And the mince for Murakami. Where are you, Murakami? Let's find out. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, Sam. I think we were talking about it, weren't we, on Saturday or something? This is the rumour. Because the thing is, they can't put Summit Shaper. I was thinking they can't really put Summit Shaper with Albedo anymore because, like, we know what benefits him, and it's not the stats on Summit Shaper, it's the stats on Cinema Bar Spindle, a 4-star weapon. So when there's a 4-star weapon that's better than the one that you're advertising with the character, you know, like Summit Shaper, it's a bit, you know, like they're taking the piss basically. Whereas at least with Jade Cutter, it can work on Albedo, and it works on lots of people, like lots of characters. So I think it's better. I reckon it would be better if they did that rather than put Summit Shaper back on, because they could get away with it before Cinema Spindle existed, but now they know they're going to get cussed a lot if they put Summit Shaper on there. That's my thinking. That's why I think it's correct that we're going to see Jade Cutter, and it's been a while since we saw Jade Cutter. So is that the Nameless Samurai? I went to him. He did say something to me about finding some children, and I was like, I don't want to go and do that. I want to test out Sino's damage. Let me just go and kill Primo Giovishap and other bosses. See what he does. I'll try and do it. So that's all of those done. Good. We've got 20 extra resin. Let's go and get some more talent books with that resin, and then go to my main account. If I do win my 50-50 and get Nilao on my main account, I'm not going to get that weapon with her signature weapon. It looks like a good weapon, but I need to stop and get out of the habit of like having to have a 5-star in their weapon. It's not a good habit to be in. Like, let my supports use, 4-star weapons. I got a fucking shit ton of 4-star weapons of every kind. Need to start using some of them.
Solidify.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul.
I will have order.
Wings of darkness. Witness the power of God.
Nowhere to run. Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due.
Skip. Oh, nice. Not bad for 20 resin. Alright, let's leave. It's worth it. Worth the wait for that to recharge. Alright, so change account. Bring it back and log out. It's a pain in the butt having two separate logins, but there were reasons originally. Right, so how many days left on this? 6 days. Okay, we're not in a hurry to do that. Excuse me. I think I'm quite high on pity, like up 50 or something. Let's have a look. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 60, 61. Alright, we're at 61. So, it's not going to cost me a lot of intertwined fates to try and win my 50-50. How long is left on this banner? 11 days. Perfect, enough time to gather more wishes. Let us go and do the Husk domain. My new bane, the Husk domain. Starting to feel like those 2 months that I spent in Viridescent domain for the other account. I'm going to take this team's. It's comfy because we've got adequate healing and shield. Well, healing because of the corrosion.
Let's go. Huh, I'm here.
Plus, this is like quite a heavily invested team.
Take flight.
The wind knows me.
Look at you.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature. Shah!
Whirling snow. Yeah. Coming satellite. Summit.
The wind knows me.
What we're going to get? What we're going to get? That might work out okay. I mean, this is dead for Albedo, but if we can get crit rate, then I don't care about 2 dead stats. Where's he needs? Let's have a look. Where are you, Mr. Bedo? Val. He needs... There you go, HP, Robbie, HP percent. It's a shame that roll went there and didn't go in there. It would have been really nice. Okay, just definitely needs a better crit rate circlet. And other bits and pieces.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Rust ribbon. My apologies. Embrace the ice.
Come on, hurry up. And we're getting crap. I mean, they should have just had like flat, like, oh, actually, defense percent's better if you're looking for the worst stats. uh, those bloody flat stats. I wonder what the devs were thinking when they thought, ah, you know what, we need to have some shit stats, let's just put flat numbers. They're really low as well.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Allow me. Take flight.
Oh no.
One with nature.
My
That's
opponent.
taking too long.
Wind strike.
Restman, Reven. Take flight.
I don't love farming them, but I mean, I'm at the point where for Albedo, the only other thing I can do is I think take his burst up to 9, but then I got to do, I can't remember which weekly bosses. There's things I need basically that's going to cost me resin. Let's have a look. Talents, level up. Then I need to get 12 of those and 2 of those from child, and that's resin I'd rather not spend just solely on that, because at least here I'm getting, you know, stuff for the healers, like the clams that mainly Kokomi, but I mean I do intend at some point to build Chi-Chi as well, but
Hold the line.
there's still not enough resources in this game.
One with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Whirling snow. Yeah.
Right, what we get, what we get, what we get. Yeah. Dun dun. Defense sounds with flat defense. Okay, right. Nothing great. I might do a few more runs and use last week's transient and go and get today's transient if I've got enough realm currency.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Sakura swirl.
I don't know what ER my CAS has got, so but where I've got C1, like, well, C3, but I don't really get like hassle. I've not had to like 111. I've never had to really worry about it. I think that C1 helps a lot because you generate, you know, double the particles doing 2 E's. Ooh, yeah, baby. And it's got flat defense. Let's go, Yunjin. We got you an upgrade. Alright. Now I've got one less thing that I can get from this place, so the grind's really gonna set in a lot more. Where is she? Artifacts. It's only got 5% crit damage on it, it's not losing much. Oh, this can go on Albedo. Double defense and crit damage. I already had this. What the fuck? It must have been from like yesterday's run. No, I didn't do one. Did I do one just so? Yeah, but I was quick. I didn't stay on this account for long. Defense. There we go. Let's just check what this is. Check what that is. Alright, good. Switch. Yeah, I'm happy about that, Sam. It basically completes her. I'm not going to put more work into her than what she's got now. because she was doing fine with what she had before, to be honest. But you know, like just to get each piece 5-star rather than still be using some 4-star pieces. Flat HP is not great. If I can get the rolls into flat defense, I'll be really happy, or attack percent, and just leave the other 2 stats. Yeah, exactly. And I think she's got enough. Like, whereas, I mean, she does her job very well. Even with those stats, I get enough white particles from holding her E, so I don't need crit rate. Let's go. But I might have some upgrades for her anyway in the Huss set, because I didn't look at what else I have. But first I need to see... See, that might be an upgrade for her. I shouldn't fodder that. I don't have anything plus 20. Let's just use that. And auto add. And I'll take attack. I think I'm just going to take it to plus 16 and leave it. For now, we don't have that much fodder. Flat HP, give me the flat defense. Anyway. Let's just go through her other bits and pieces and see what we've got. Oh, wrong set. It's the wrong set. Yeah, so she's got 7 and 17. Double defense though. That's not good. I can probably fodder that actually. 14 and 3. Unless I want to build Noel, I could put that on Noel. She's got that. No, I'll use that for XP. Alright, Genshin, you've got... Yeah, this isn't very good, but it's got defense on it. I want as much defense as possible on her. That's got defense on it as well. What's this? 7% crit rate, so it's had 1 roll into crit rate. The EM doesn't help, the defense helps, the attack helps. That EM doesn't help. You know that when you're looking for double defense and crit, it's like the opposite of what you're normally looking for. But she's better with this set. Look how much of it I've got lying around. I don't have a lot of Glad anymore. When you get to where I am in the game, you don't have a lot of Glad or Wanderers lying around anymore, because you're not doing those bosses anymore. It's either been strong boxed or you've, you know, like leveled up the best pieces. So I don't have a lot of that stuff lying around no more. And I'm not going to waste artifacts on strong boxes for those sets. I think that one's probably the one, even though it's got EM on it. Let's compare. Crypto. It's very similar. Alright, I think I can just use this one. Switch and enhance using that feather, because that wasn't very good. And there's no other candidates. I'm not building Noelle, so she's a bit built already, but I'm not gonna, you know, like give mediocre pieces to her. No need. Right, defense and crit damage, please, game. I'll take it. Everything got a roll. I didn't want the EM getting a roll, but I'll take it. I've got some good pieces knocking around that I've locked from Glad, but I haven't leveled up. But yeah, I remember when I was about 6 months in, 6 months to a year in, and lots of characters doing lots of like Regis finds and all that crap every day. I was getting a lot of Wanderers and Glad back then, but yeah, it's been a while since I'm doing that stuff. And I remember it's been months I skip Monday bosses on weekly bosses. Just doing 1 or 2 here and there when I need to, so that's another form of getting those. Alright, so that's better for her. She's doing better. We do want some more crit rate for her. Defense percent, please. Thank you. Defense percent, but we want crit rate. Damage. No, okay, we don't have it. We'll come back to that because I could try my luck with one of these, a few of those. So here, what are you wearing, love? You have offset. Okay, let's see. Defense. Okay, that's it. Let's cheer. Yeah, it is a nice weapon, but I'm definitely not going to go for it. Like I was saying, I've got to stop getting, because I started only going for weapons that I wanted. But saying that, I've wanted Jade Cutter for a long time, so I might be like you, I might not mind getting it. Especially if I win my 50-50 and get Nilo, and then I lose in getting the Jade Cutter and get her weapon, that'll be perfect, but I think we can just take this up to 20, you know. I think we've got enough. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Oh, just not enough. Oh, fine. It'll do for now. To see what your stats are now, young Jin. It's got less crit rate by 1, but it's fine. Albedo, where are you? We're actually there for you, Sunny Jim Milado. Let's have a look. It's hard to get him better pieces though when he's got things like this. Oh yeah, I was going to use that before, wasn't it? Is that the only one with a crit on it? That's got crit and defense on it. Alright, let's try and get this. Oh, I've got no follow. Ah, screw it. Alright, I can't do anything for you, Albedo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend, Albedo. Oh yeah, there was a crit. Oh, actually, yeah, I can give him that and enhance it with that flower. Or even with that. No, actually, I'll keep that just in case. Keep that just in case. Yeah, but if you haven't got anything better, then it's good. You know what I mean? Like, have you got 21 CV piece of this set? And a character needs it. That's the point. Like, if you don't have better, you use what you got. And you don't fodder that stuff until you get better. Let's get rid of you. The defense, very good. This is very, very good. I'm happy with this. Very good. Alright. I'm going to keep this just in case. What are you like now, Vader? What piece are we talking about, by the way? But anyway, that's great, Sam, but my point is, if you don't have the piece, then that's good. You're saying it's shit by a comparison of having 40. That's a ridiculous way of comparison. Come on, bro. What are you thinking? If you're comparing it to 40, of course it's shit. If you compare it to, I've got nothing better, it's not shit, is it? I mean, it's a ridiculous argument. It's like me saying, well, I've got albedo and you haven't. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, so what? I need to do this. Shit, I haven't done dailies. I think I might use more resin. What's the time? Hopefully he's going to sleep for another hour. Let's go and see Tubby. This was the plan. I'm literally just going to be doing artifacts on this account now. Oh, what the... Man, seriously, don't kill my donut. Shit.
Allow me.
I wouldn't say shit if you don't have Benny, because you might not be playing like any team that wants him. It depends, doesn't it? If, like, say you've got like a vape team and you don't have Benny, then you're screwed, right? You're like, well, why the hell are you playing vape teams? But if you say like you're playing Mono Geo, do you know what I mean? Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do comparisons in this game. Like, everything is dependent on what you've got in your account. Like, if you don't have things, then the things you've got, you can. That's why this game's good, because you don't need to have all that best stuff. You can make it work with other bits and pieces. You don't need best in slot to get anything done. Oh, in terms of like, yeah, but we're saying the same thing then, aren't we? Like, we're saying the same thing. I misunderstood that you're saying the same thing that I'm saying. Yeah, it's like that. It's like, what's... I mean, I can take a better piece off Ito and slam it on, and, you know, then that character's got that piece, but that character doesn't have that, then that Ito needs a piece. Do you see what I mean? So you're always going to be like, well, you make do with what you've got. And that's what you know, that's why in this game you build the way you do. You build primary, like when you first start playing, you build 1 or 2 DPS and you focus on them, and then build up everyone around them to carry them further, you know. But then once you've got to that point, you start realizing, well, actually, it wasn't the DPS that was carrying everyone else. So it was at start when the game was easy, but at the end of the game, it's the supports that are carrying. You know, it's like it's that same thing. But he still does his job, doesn't he? That's the thing. And yeah, better noblesse, he'll be doing it better. But he's doing what you need him to do. So that's why I like this game. Because, you know, like you've seen... did you see Enviosity's recent video where he... I didn't watch it, I saw the thumbnail, and it said, finally, after 2 years, I can use free-to-play characters to 36 star the Abyss. And it's that sort of... you know, ability this game gives, where you can, yeah, sure, it's taken him 2 years to do it, but you can make anyone viable now, especially now, but you could make anyone viable. You can. Hello, Miss Misaki. Okay, take it easy. You can welcome to lurk. Alright, let's go condense a bit more. But that's why I really like this game. I don't have the resources, but I would love to build up all, you know, like all the characters I've been talking about, the Tomas, the Cookies, the Dories, all these ones that people don't really play and say a bit of shit. I'd love to play them and like level them up and then play them in various teams just for a change, but it's just not enough resources, man. Unless you like doing full resin refill every day, which gets expensive on your wallet, then yeah. But I mean, like, look at the team I take to a bit. So this guy's triple crowned, Ayaka's triple crowned. Did you know what I mean? So like, the teams that you play are going to be triple crowned, and that was his whole USP, like his unique selling point was, you know, when he started making videos, oh, I'm the one that's doing it the proper free to play route and using, you know, really saving my my wishes and all that shit, like proper free to play. Whereas everyone else that you'd watch in that first year was like the MTash, the Tech Tones, the Asian guy stream, all them ones that just spent ludicrous money to get C6 and R5 everything, which that's not a realistic way. So obviously Enviosity gets I think his viewers are more realistic. Like you're watching a real, to see how I can make the characters that are available to me viable, rather than watching someone who's just got shit ton of extra YouTube money to spunk on a game. You got some calls from your bank. I'm not surprised. I think the maximum I've done is 3 refills in 1 month, and and it's only 300, but I didn't get a call from the bank. They were just like, he wants to waste his money on this game.
So this is a day in the life of
Yeah, but Sam, I'm talking about the beginning of the game, like when the first YouTubers first started. Now that's my point about Enviosity, where he got his viewers from, and his kudos was that. Now there's a bag of smaller YouTubers out there who are trying to do the same thing. Well, I'm free to play, and so I've got more skill. It's that kind of, those sweaty gamer types, right? But there's obviously that's how a lot of gamers are, because they're in their 20s, and men who are in their 20s are very sweaty, trying to prove themselves because they haven't actually understood who they are and what life is about. And so it comes out as toxicity in gaming and sports, all this kind of stuff. It's the same difference. But if you go back to his original account, he spent over I think it was $7,000 at the time, and he was only a few months in when he decided to go free to play God. So like 3 months in or something, he spent $7,000. That's not realistic, and that's why he did that as well. But that's after the fact, probably after seeing, like I said, like the Enviosities and those that are doing it in a more relatable way, like to the average player, relatable to who spends that much money on average, like about all the players, like thousands per banner. No one. It's not realistic. Maybe you got 1 or 2 like really rich people. Like I've got a friend on my friends list. He hasn't got all the characters, and he hasn't got them all C6 on R5, but he's got loads that are. And this was like, I think I talked to him about 6 months ago, and I said to him, how much did you spend on your account? And this was 6 months ago. He said 15 grand. I'm like, you spent 15 grand? Okay. I said to him, you must be rich, and there was like silence. And it's like, probably not, right? You can probably just about afford it. And that's the state as well. When you start spending that much money, you can't walk away from a game. You're like, oh, I've put too much in. I don't want to lose out. And that's when, that's how they get you with the addiction. If you spend too much, then you feel like I have to log in every day. I have to do my shit every day. I have to, rather than I want to, and that's the difference there. But yeah, I mean, back to the original topic where we started talking about it. That's why I like this game, where you can make any character viable enough with the right, other characters around them in a team to clear content. Yeah, because if you win the lottery, you're rich. But that's my point. If you're rich, it's fine. If I had millions in my bank account rather than thousands, I'd be like, I'll be spending more money than I do. But most people aren't like that. Most people aren't well off, especially most gamers. And most gamers are like fairly young, so still haven't, established themselves in the world. And also, like, I don't work, right? I've got no income at the minute, so I live off savings. So if I was working, I'd be spending a lot more as well, because I'd probably have the same amount of time as I do now, because if I was working, I'd make sure my missus was doing all the stuff with my kid. So I'd come home in the evening, put him to bed, see my missus eat dinner, and then do my 2 hours of Genshin every day. So I'd probably be the same amount of time, but I'd be spending more money, because I'd have more money to spend. I'm on a budget now. If Yunjin has Ayato, Yunjin is good. I don't understand what you mean, Sam. If Yunjin has Ayato, Yunjin is good? Isn't like the other way around? If Ayato has Yunjin, Ayato's good or he's better off. Alright, let's go and condense resin. Stop all my jibber jabber. And go and do some condensing of resin. But yeah, back to the original point. This is why I often say when someone comes on my stream who's random and I'll just say, oh, should I roll for Venti? I got some random dude come on the stream last week or the week before. And the first question I had to ask him is, well, it depends. Like, it depends on your account. Basically, it depends on your account and how much you want the character, on those two factors. You can't just say, oh, that thing is better than that, because it's all relative to where your account is. Yeah, and vice versa though, and I think it's more vice versa. Like when you get to where I am with most of my characters now, you'll realise it's actually the supports that carry your DPS through this game, not the other way around. Because you can look at say national team. It's national team because of those three supports, and you can literally just drop anyone in and out as the DPS, right? The DPSs, there's no DPS, is there? Like, the DPSs can't by themselves do shit. You have to, like, make the supports carry them, right? Make them do more than they can do without them. So, yeah, that's the way I see Genshin now. Oh, man, no crystal cores. I see it more like... When you first start the game, that's what I was saying earlier, like when you first start the game, yeah, because to make your teams viable in the quickest time, you buff up your DPS first to kill all the overworld stuff, and then he's done, and then you subsequently do the supports as you get them. But then once your supports are all done, you realise, well, once I've got the right supports all built up, then I can literally take my pick of DPSs as they come out and slot them in and out. And this is why I'm interested in Nilo more than like Sino for this account, for my main account, because the same reason I went for Kaz back in the day, because I realised back then, like last year, that supports are far more valuable than just another DPS, and another DPS with just a little gimmick that makes them a bit different. Now look at Sino, you know. Yeah, she's the biggest example of this, I'll say, because she really needs it. Like because someone like D-Look, right, he can still hit quite hard with his, and like Hu Tao definitely, right, without hydro support in comparison to Yoimiya's. But Yoimiya's damage is terrible, like without any, like without a speed buff, you know, from Yunjin, without hydro resonance for vaping. And on top of that, she's squishy, she needs shields. So, like, that's been my problem with her in Dendro World, in Sumeru. I can't find a place for her. I can't fit the new reactions in with her. And plus her reaction's a bit shit, you know, like burning is shit. Burgeon might have potential, but I don't know, you know, we've got to wait for new characters to come out. But I don't think burning's going to get better. Yeah, it's Hydro Engine and like Zhongli. Yeah, that's very true.
Follow the wind.
But I'm not sure they're gonna. I don't know. We've got to see what happens, because you know, like Mihoyo are a bit funny, aren't they? They do things that are unexpected quite often. In terms of, look at like when Albedo got his 4-star weapons, just as an example. Who'd have thought they were gonna release a 4-star of all things, but a specific weapon for Albedo, right? Because they never did for D-Look, and now they've just, because of the marketing, made Wolf's Gravestone be D-Look's weapon, when obviously from its stats it wasn't really meant for him. And so you think, well, why would they do that with Albedo? But they did. And so we don't know. Retroactively, they might, by introducing a newer character with newer, I don't know, applications or ICD mechanics or whatever it is, can buff another character. So we might get some that come and make Yoimiya better, but I just find it difficult to see how, but who knows? They're very clever at designing characters and how they work. And that's the other thing I like about this game, you know, like, it's very nuanced in terms of the different outcomes you get from building characters how they're meant to be built, should I say, and not even how they're not meant to be built sometimes. It's very interesting. But yeah, I think, the main point I think I'm just trying to get across is everything's relative in this game to where your account is, as to what your perception's going to be and what your account needs. And then it's also to do with yourself, you know, the account owner, like, because you're going to simp for some characters, you know, and so that has to be factored in as well. You might not have any of the supports for the DPS that you really like the look of, and you go and get them, and then they're lackluster, but you might keep playing them because you like them, but you haven't got the supports, and then you spend a few months trying to get the supports, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think the few as well that aren't useful can be made to do what you need them to do should you simp for them. And that's a great design, to be able to design that in terms of, you know, like, balanced with everything else that's going on in combat, basic combat. You know, we talk about reactions, synergies, all this other stuff, stats, all this stuff. But she has a really good pyro application on her burst. It's very, very fast. So if you need that, there is a reason. But do you need that? Do you see what I mean? That's the thing. What does the account need? Second one of those today. Such a shame when I see crit stats on sets that I don't need crit on. I think they've handled it quite well. I think what they're doing now is alleviating power creeping. I think it's power decreeping in Genshin, where the first year they made mistakes, right, making certain 4 stars too strong, making certain 5 stars too strong, who are the meta ones. But since Shogun's first release, every 5 star's been roughly, you know, balanced, I'd say. You know, Ayato, Ita, in terms of DPS characters, Sino, who else? Did Yoimiya come out after she did? But she's even balanced, yeah, once she's got the right supports. So yeah, I think it's I think they've done it really well in that, because if you think about it like that, it's quite cleverly done. Because then when you're new to the game, right, like I was, right, I felt like I was behind when I started the game 6 months after it started, and I started playing, and I thought, oh, I need to get these older characters, that the meta ones, you know, and waiting for Hu Tao for a year or something for the rerun, almost a year, and Ganyu too, and then I don't play them. But it traps you into that, like, I've got to have the meta ones, and then you start looking at other ones that you might actually sort of like. So it's kind of like a backwards power creep, a power decreep, where the power level is established, and now they just make everyone about the same, like middling, not bad, not great, no real meta changing. And the meta characters, I think, from now on are going to be like, I was saying, supports. They'll be what we call meta rather than DPS. the newer supports that can do things that other supports can't, like enable newer things for the DPS, if that makes sense.
Wind strider.
Yeah, and bringing up older units, yeah, exactly, with newer things, you know, like we saw with Kaching, and I mean Fisher was still good previously, but she's extra good now. Like Toma was a bit bad, he's okay now. Cookie was bad, she's okay now, you know, like that sort of thing. Another attack helmet. That's double defense, but so I'm not sure if it was intentional with Mohoya, because I did hear one theory on Reddit where that one guy was saying, well, the reason are, you know, like the national team supports those three. I think there's like 5 Sucrose as well, and Beidou, and those like Jincho, Bennett, and Xiangling. Those 5 supports, they were the original supports, and he was saying that it's because they didn't have a lot of units, right? So at the time, to clear all the content, you could just, you know, and not a lot of resources to be able to get players into a state where they can clear content. You make a few really strong characters at the beginning, and they carry sort of through the first year of content, and then later the newer characters come out and power creep them. And so who knows, maybe that was their original intent, but then they might have noticed, oh, actually, by doing it the other way around now, we can balance everything out, bring the older characters that no one uses back into the mix with newer, like, reactions and synergies and stuff. I think Dendro, like, you know why it took so long? I think that's what they were doing with it. They were spending that first year, like, after the first year, you know, like, after, and seeing how players were playing, and then stuff to nerf some things, on to boost other things. They used Dendro for that, and as well as that, they buff and nerf things all the time. Just usually it's a slight amounts. This isn't bad. EREM HP. So yeah, I'm not sure how much was intentional. You know, like they planned it out, because they're not like a noob company. You know, they've had quite, well, a couple of big hits in the mobile space before, and so it's interesting. Yeah, was it mistakes they made in the first year? Because when I was first started playing, I thought they made mistakes with those older characters that are so strong, and now I'm starting to think, well, was it, or was it just really clever game design, understanding what a live service game is, understanding the length of the game, you know, how long it's going to be running for in terms of years, and having a long-term strategy, because, you know, they're not, then they spend, these sorts of companies, they spend huge amount of money on understanding their markets and comparing to, you know, other titles that have been out, and all the analytics that you hear about. You know, you hear about analytics all the time. Well, their companies are paying for data, and that's what they would be paying for, to look at other games, look at their own games, look at how things are rolled out, and, you know, and then probably having like fairly seasoned developers as well on their team, and management and all that kind of stuff. But either way, I mean, I hope they keep doing that. I hope that every kind of 5-star is roughly the same now, other than, like I was saying before, either Archons or maybe Harbingers as well, or maybe another kind of sect of, another group of characters, but not just random 5-stars like Sino. I'm happy with how he is. I hope you haven't heard me moaning about it. And same with like Ito, Aito, like even Yomi, all the ones that came after Shogun. I didn't have a problem with them not being stronger. As long as they can do the job and they do it in their way, then some people are going to find fun with that, and some people maybe won't. Because then it changes the dynamic of, instead of going for the new meta character, is the new character meta, then you'll just kind of know they're all going to be roughly the same. You can pull for what you simp for, or what supports you've got, other than if it's an Archon. I think that's much better for the players as well, if that's right. I mean, I might be wrong. It might be that when, I don't know, the next new DPS comes out, they might be meta defining, but it hasn't happened yet. I think my son's awake upstairs. Just gonna do my dailies and go check. I can hear him talking. Oh, I can hear a kid's voice. I'll go check in a minute. He might just be talking to one of the cats. Yeah, but that is in-game gacha. I can put up with in-game gacha. You know, like, in terms of, like, doesn't cost you money gacha. I suppose you can if you do resin refreshes, but that's more pay. I think see that as pay to convenience rather than gacha, but I like that because I was always a fan of, like, Eastern MMOs. I used to play so many Korean MMOs back in the day, so the grinding there was to do with the RNG nature of either enhancing your gear or I don't know what it was, right? There was always something where it was a gacha. It was, okay, will I get it? Well, won't I get it? And probabilities were shown and all this kind of other stuff. So you'd have to farm lots of things to keep having tries because, you know, and it might have a system where your weapon degrades instead of just goes up or fails. It doesn't stay neutral. No, it will go down in enhancement. So for me, that's why I call it in-game gacha, where it's it's in-game. It's not actually costing me money, but it is something to grind for. The thing I wish they would do in Genshin, I'm alright with the grind. The thing I wish they would do is just give us something more to do with combat. Like I was doing the new event on the other account, trying to get resources for Sino, and so little of it was combat, yet every day we log in and there's no content and we're just doing our dailies and whatever, it's to make our characters do better combat. So there's a disconnect there between what we're grinding for and then how much combat we're given, you know, like in events and stuff. So for me, I just wish there was more combat focused events, something a bit more I don't know, I can hear his voice. Let me go and check because he might be calling me now and I don't have this thing he wants anyway. I hate him. You're away.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, Sam. I'm gonna have to shoot off because I've got this one to take care of. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Okay.
Be back tomorrow, I guess, if you're about, man. Have a good one. See you tomorrow, maybe. Adios, dude. Oh yeah, thank you anyone else as well. Cheers, man. Say bye-bye.
Bye.